Hello everybody and welcome to the United Community Channel. Back again with another watch along today, and of course it's the FA Youth Cup final between Manchester United and Nottingham Forest. Again, really looking forward to this game. It's a massive tie, obviously, in terms of the club. 11 years since Manchester United last won it, obviously with the likes of Jesse Lingard and Paul Pogba on the previous team that won it. Just watching the build up to it here, and it looks like the atmosphere is building up nicely in Old Trafford. Old Trafford is sold out. No tickets remaining for it. So really looking forward to it. Look, by any means I won't try and pretend that I know an awful lot about the under 18 side, because I don't. Obviously, the names that we see in in the players that have got maybe within within touching distance of the first team squad, maybe have made their debut already. But just to give you the I suppose the starting lineup. So for Manchester United, we have Vitek in goal, and if I mispronounce any of these, obviously you can correct me in the comments below. Gerardo is number 2, Murray number 3, Jackson number 4. We have Bennett number 5 and captain. Menu then is 6, with Maher is 7, Gore 8, Charlie McNeil is 9, Hansen 10, and Garnacho 11. Subs then are Worcester, Pye, Forson, Higuel, Ennis. Then we have Oyedeli and Al-Joffrey. So obviously the two names that stand out there would be Garnacho, who's been in the first team squad on a number of occasions already this season, and Charlie McNeil is another one. He's been touted obviously at getting his chance in the first team very soon. So they're the two main ones. Pye is another one that I have heard of previously, but again, look, like I said, I'm not going to pretend to know an awful lot about it. But look, really looking forward to it. Hopefully United can get the win. By all accounts, it's going to be a pretty even contest. But Charlie McNeil supposedly has been banging in goals lately, and so looking forward to it. We'll run through some Manchester United news while we're waiting on the I suppose match to start. Kickoff now is just over 10 minutes away. So plenty of Manchester United news breaking, and being discussed in the media the last few days. Obviously we haven't had a video since our last watch along last weekend. So plenty to talk about. Main one really, obviously, that obviously the Darwin Núñez, we covered it in our previous video, but there has been more talk in relation to him leaving Benfica. By all accounts, his agents and his team think that the Premier League will be the best fit for him. But there is going to be competition even within the Premier League. The main, obviously, United have been talked about as the number one destination, not in terms of likelihood of him coming to Manchester United, but in terms of it's been gaining the most traction. It's been talked about the most. Chelsea are going to be looking for a striker, I think, again in the summer. I'd be surprised if Lukaku stays. Chelsea are kind of a club who cut their losses. Well, again, obviously, look, there is a new owner there, so maybe things might change in that matter. But obviously, PSG we're in for Núñez as well. And look, usually when you have top clubs like that throughout Europe, you don't hear about maybe another one or two. So I think it's going to be difficult for United to get him. I think it would be great if we did, but I think we need to act fast really if we are going to get him. I'd like to know what you think. Do you think he should be Manchester United's number one target? I mean, every time his name comes up I suppose with him being linked to Manchester United or to any club really, the price tends to go up. It started at 50 million. I think there's talks now of 70, nearly 80 million for him. So obviously United's transfer budget is not going to be unlimited in the summer. And if they are to go out and get a striker, like that for 70 or 80 million? Do you think it's going to be a worthwhile investment? And is it the right way to go considering the number of players we have? I think personally, in relation to signing a striker, I think, 20 plus goal striker, 25 plus goal striker, I don't think you get a striker like that for less than 60 million in today's market. So, is it something United just have to bite the bullet and just go for? Or should they be looking at lesser known talents potentially at a lower price? But look, yeah, I'd like to know what you think. Let us know in the comments below. I suppose another name that's been again linked heavily with Manchester United is Declan Rice, and I have a feeling this one is going to rumble on all summer. I really do. Reports today have said that West Ham have offered Declan Rice, obviously, again, another contract. There's been a number of offers from the club to him, going all the way back to last summer, I think. And obviously, West Ham are desperate to keep him, and they've slapped a 150 million price tag on his shoulders. So, I think for Declan Rice, that will deter any club. I couldn't see any club in European football, world football, paying that kind of money for him. So, but reports coming out that West Ham have offered him a new 8-year contract at 200 grand a week, with the potential for that to rise with inflation if he does sign it, obviously over the 8 years. In 6 or 7 years' time, 200,000 might not be a top wage, given the inflation that goes on within the football world. So reports do suggest that he has turned it down. Now, I mean, I just don't see the logic in an 8-year contract. What player is going to sign an 8-year contract? Especially for no disrespect to West Ham. I have a lot of time for them. If I was to say any club was my second club, it would be West Ham. I do like them a lot, but I don't see any player signing an 8-year contract for the likes of West Ham. I wouldn't see any player signing an 8-year contract for Manchester United, for Liverpool, for Man City. It's just, in today's market, in today's football world, it just doesn't seem feasible. So, yeah, if you were to ask me my honest opinion, I think maybe he will leave in the summer. I think he may come out and force West Ham's hand. Potentially, I don't know if he's going to ask for a transfer request, but maybe in the background, I think Manchester United, or not Manchester United, West Ham United are going to be looking to get as much money as they can for him. But I'd be surprised if he's at West Ham next year. Really would. Obviously, United are in desperate need of a central defence midfielder. He fits the bill more than anyone else, I think. So, but obviously, we're not going to spend 150 million on. So look, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes over the summer, and what kind of I suppose negotiations are going to go on with Declan Rice. Let me see now. Teams are just coming out onto the pitch. Old Trafford is looking. It's not looking full. There is a lot of empty areas, but look, we'll see what happens before kickoff. Obviously, there can be people that don't come in. Other news within the Manchester United community. Reports today suggest that Van der Gaag's deal is edging closer. For obviously for him coming as Erik ten Hag's assistant. There's been negotiations ongoing for the past number of weeks in relation to Van der Gaag. Obviously he's been assistant there for Erik ten Hag at Ajax, so it would be good to see him coming to the club. I'm a big fan of getting the likes of him in, given the fact that Ten Hag has been successful at Ajax, so why shouldn't he be allowed to bring his own, I suppose, his own background team with him? Munzi is in the chat. How you doing, Munzi? Good to see you, man. For anyone who's watching or watching back, I was on Munzi's YouTube channel on Monday. Premier League review. Had a really good time. Really enjoyed it. So you can see his name in the chat there. I'll put a link in the description as well. Make sure you go over and like the videos and subscribe there as well. This will be a much better game than the other lot. Please God. I hate West Ham. As when I was at a game we were playing them, they were throwing pennies at my mates. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously they do have that reputation, the West Ham fans. I suppose my connection with West Ham is my dad's first cousin owned a bar. He's from Ireland, but he owned a bar in the close to Upton Park for the bones of 30 years. So we were over a few times. So that's my connection there. And Munzi says we're in desperate need of 11 new players. At least 11. Absolutely. At least 11. Like if we're looking at even the players that have come out and said that they're leaving, whether they're out of contract or not, we have Lingard, Pogba, Mata, Matic, Cavani. Then Jones came out and said he wants to leave. Bailly, I would say, is going to go. Wan-Bissaka looks like he's going to go back to Crystal Palace. What are we going to do with Anthony Martial? That's 9 players straight away. So it's going to be a busy summer. And to be honest, I'd be surprised if we did sign. If we signed 6 players, I think we'd be doing well. And I think we're just going to have to. I think we're going to have to supplement the youth. You know what I mean, and bring players back. Obviously, look, we're going to have Donny coming back from Everton. If Martial does come back and stay, Garner, it looks like, is going to come back from Nottingham Forest as well. So look, there will be players there, but it's going to be interesting to see the kind of business that United do throughout the summer. But they need to get the ball rolling. I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Ajax game. They're playing tonight as well. So obviously, if they win tonight, Ajax will win the league. So we'll be hoping for that, because that basically means that Ten Hag can just give his full attention to United, and we can maybe start discussing players he wants and getting transfers sorted and things like that. So hopefully they'll get the win tonight. I'm gonna get it here. Yeah, we have it there. So, but yeah, thanks for everyone who's watching, guys. If you can smash a like on the video, please do. And if you haven't already, do subscribe there. Any questions, any comments, do put them in the chat. We like a good old chat and discussion while we're watching the games here, so feel free to put in any comments you have. Close to kick off here. I just want to check the Ajax score. They're gone 1-0 up. Lovely. So Ajax are gone 1 up. 27 minutes gone. Yeah, they went to Tagliafico after 19 minutes. So that's good news for United. Obviously, Ajax, if they win tonight, they win the Eredivisie. So Ten Hag focuses then on Manchester United, and happy days. Sooner the better, like we were saying previously. United are being linked with players, and you see the deals that other teams are already putting in place and getting players over the line without the transfer window even being open. Obviously, the big one is Haaland to City, but it just goes to show maybe the fact that United are slightly behind again in the transfer. Now, look, we don't know. Maybe they're doing deals in the background. I'm sure Ten Hag is, after maybe given a dossier of players that maybe he would potentially like to have. I do know. I remember when Mourinho was taking over at the time, he had two two lists of players. A tier A, tier B. If you couldn't get players from tier A, go to tier B. So look, I'd be surprised if Ten Hag hasn't put things in place for that as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to starting to see the the movement, players out. To be honest, I'm nearly more looking forward to the players leaving than I am players coming in, because, obviously the hardships that we've had this season and the past few years with the current squad is just draining. So I'm looking forward to this squad being split up and sold, and getting some fresh faces in the door. New mentality, new ideas, things like that. So looking forward to that. Let's get the timer going. But yeah, thanks everyone who's in the in watching along, guys. Do hit a chat, or do hit a like on the video. Any comments, throw them in to the chat. But slight delay here. Teams are just in a bit of a huddle. Just waiting for kickoff here. Looking forward to this game now, because like I was saying previously, I don't really I'm not gonna pretend that I know an awful lot about the under 18 team at Manchester United. But obviously we know the likes of Garnacho, Charlie McNeil is supposedly a lethal finisher of the ball. So looking forward to getting a look at him, and what potentially can be can be going forward with United. Good night. See you in the morning. Sorry, daughter is going to bed. So, but yeah, looking forward to seeing what what this team is made of. But yeah, good to see everyone tuning in. But yeah, we were talking there about, obviously the big transfer news is Haaland to City. What a steal they've gotten for. Really, really, absolute. Was it 51 million? They got it for. Obviously, look, there's going to be a lot of add-ons. And over his contract, the big money he's on, it's going to cost him a lot more. But it's an absolute steal in terms of a transfer fee. Absolute steal. And when you hear the reports that United could have signed him 2 years ago, for a lot less, it's just kind of rubbing salt in the wounds, really, isn't it? I'd like to know what you think, though. Anyone watching along, do you think it'll bring City to that next level, or do you think he'll do well in the Premier League? I'd like to know what you guys think. But United starting well here. 30 seconds gone. They already have a corner. Lovely ball in, but Nottingham Forest. Oh, it's pinballing around. Comes to the edge of the box. Oh, Manu does really well and gets a strike away. A keeper saves it easily enough at the near post. But good start from Manchester United. That's what you want to see, because they're going to be that'll do well for the nerves, playing in front of I'd say there's probably maybe about 50,000 there. So it's good to see him with a fast start. But yeah, I mean, look, 11 years is the last time since United won this. Obviously, the likes of Lingard and Pogba were on the previous team, 2011. Ravel Morrison, players like that. So it's good to see United back. They do have a long-standing tradition with this tournament. Obviously the famous one is the class of '92. Yeah, so I mean, look, hopefully they could get the win today, and we'll get a good look at what the future holds. Andy says 63,000 attendance for the game. Forest are good, going to be a tough game. Yeah, well, 63,000 is a huge attendance, and yeah, I was actually looking into to Forest as well, Andy. I was looking at the research, and correct me if I'm wrong now, but I think they actually are favourites for this game. But I think home advantage at Old Trafford though is a massive boost for for United. But even looking early on here now, I mean, Nottingham Forest don't seem to be phased, and they're making a good run down the right, and United do very well to get back and close down the ball. But yeah, I mean, Forest don't look phased really by the big crowd and playing at Old Trafford. So really like their jerseys as well. By the way, they're yellow and red. But yeah, I mean, Forest have a corner now in yeah, they have a corner here. They've kind of settled in. United started very well, won a corner earlier on, but Forest seem to just to kind of be settling down a little bit here now and putting a bit of pressure on. Corner swung in. Oh, header! Oh, Jesus! Great opportunity there for Nottingham Forest. Great corner in, out swinging ball, and again, apologies about players' names now, but they're number 8 with a free header on the 6-yard box and just drags it wide at the far post. Big opportunity. It's Nottingham Forest's captain there. I'll get the names up. Papa says, where can I watch? It's on, I'm not sure if you have it, but it's on MUTV is where I'm watching it on. But you can watch it on the, let me just see, I have a link on, is it on my Twitter page? Let me just have a quick check. Did I put it on my Twitter page? I did. If you go on to my Twitter page, again, if you just type United Community Channel into Twitter, you can. I have a post there with the link on it. Make sure you give me a follow as well, by the way. And yeah, just click on the link. The FA have a free stream up of the game. It's free to watch, so you can go over and click it on that. If you want to maybe pause it and bring it up in line with my timer here, watch it together. But yeah, go over to Twitter. It's on Twitter, Instagram, and my TikTok. So you can go over and follow us on all of them platforms. But yeah, the last pause says keep it up. Cheers, appreciate it. Thanks for everyone who's watching, guys. Do smash a like on the video if you don't mind. It really helps out the channel a lot. Gets us up in the rankings and stuff. And look, we do a lot of these watch-alongs, mainly on Manchester United, but we do obviously big games like the Champions League. We'll do the FA Cup final on the weekend and stuff like that. So if you want to subscribe, bottom right, just click subscribe, and you'll get notifications then for any upcoming videos or live streams that we do. Hit the bell notification. But appreciate everyone that's in. Alistair says, where can I watch again? Again, Alistair, it's on MUTV that I'm watching it on, but I have the link on my Twitter page for the FA have a free stream link up that allows everyone to watch it. It's free to watch. So if you go over to my Twitter page, it's United Community Channel. Give us a follow, and the link, you'll see it in one of my tweets from yesterday. Just click the link and you'll be able to watch away. But United doing well here. They've had a nice bit of possession, and like Nottingham Forest again, like I said, don't seem to be too phased by it here either. I mean, they're showing the Nottingham Forest supporters there, and I think I was reading that Forest did take up the full amount of tickets allocated to them. So good to see, for an under-18 game, but. I suppose on the flip side of that, it is a shame that for a lot of, not a lot, for all of Manchester United supporters, that basically not taking anything away from the U Cup final, because it's a big game and it's very traditional within Manchester United, but it goes to show where our club is and our first team is, when basically this is the highlight of our season, so. United have a long way to go to get back to where they should be, but no, look, like I said, that's not taken away from the Youth Cup final here, because it is a big game for underage, and of course we want to display the underage, the young players, give them an opportunity to play in Old Trafford in front of what do we say, 63,000 people. So fantastic, yeah. Hi guys, Kia and King Kong say any links to watch. So again, I just mentioned it a couple of times, but no problem. If you go over to I'm watching it on MUTV, but if you go to my Twitter page, United Community Channel, make sure you give me a follow for this information. I have a link for, I put a tweet up yesterday. The FA have a free to watch link that you can click on. Just go in and watch it through that stream. So head over to my YouTube channel, my Twitter channel, United Community Channel, and you'll see my tweet from yesterday. You'll be able to click on the link. But yeah, thanks everyone for in. Make sure you smash a like on the video if you don't mind, guys. If you're in following along, it really helps out the channel a ton. And like I said, hit subscribe if you want to be able to watch along for more of these. But hang on, cheers, lad. No problem. But Forrester pressing United well now. They're pressing them well up the field when they do get on the ball. Now, United have, haven't really had much in terms of chances yet, but they've had a decent bit of possession. But Nottingham Forest are winning the ball back pretty well, and look, I was going to say look composed when they're on the ball, but then they just kick the ball out for an easy throw. But yeah, I mean, it's looking like a decent game so far. But United in the final third so far have been a bit wasteful. They've gone long a couple of times from defence directly to the forwards, nearly bypassing the midfield. But like we were saying, that could be just down to a bit of nerves. You wouldn't know. And the longer the game goes on, the more you think they'd settle into it. But they're certainly doing well here. But it's been even enough so far. Like there hasn't really been any chances for either side. Well, sorry. Look, Nottingham Forest did have a great chance. What am I saying? Nottingham Forest should be 1-0 up from that header from the corner. But United have seemed to maybe settle down a little bit here. Look to get on the ball a bit. Like we said, I'm pretty sure that Nottingham Forest are the favourites going into this game. But by all accounts, again, I've been watching the build-up on MUTV. Obviously, it's going to be a bit biased towards Manchester United, but by all accounts, anyone involved with Manchester United at youth level seem to think it's going to be an even enough game, and there's not going to be much in it, and that's certainly the case so far. So but great to see so many in the group in watching along, guys. Do hit a like on the video if you can. United with a quick free kick here, but the ref hadn't blown his whistle, so they'll get a second opportunity at it. Good position here for Manchester United, about 10 yards outside the box. And let me just see, Kia, what I might do here is let me copy this link and see, can I put it into the chat myself? Oh, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it. Let me just have a quick check here and see, can I get the... Free kick now to United first. Lovely little ball in. A great header as 1-0. Ho-ho! Manchester United go 1-0 up from the free kick. Brilliant header. Centre back. Who was it? Number 5. Bennett, the captain. Great ball in. Left-footed ball in. just puts it in that danger area between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box. Keeper doesn't know whether he should come or not, and Bennett steams in with a header down into the ground, and keeper does get a touch to it, but too much pace behind it, and United go 1-0 up. Fantastic goal. Let's just hope they're onside. Yeah, he's well onside. Lovely little chip in. Brilliant header down into the ground. Keeper does get down, gets a touch to it, but doesn't do enough to keep it out. Too much pace on it. And United go 1-0 up. Fantastic start. Fantastic. Brilliant start. Brilliant start. Right, sorry guys. Let me get back to here and see can I put the link up here for you to watch along. So that's the I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat as well. So if you copy that link, again, now I got that link off Twitter myself, so I haven't actually used it myself, obviously because I have MUTV, but yeah, if you want to try that link, and if you can pause it then and get the timer linked up with my own timer here on screen, we'll be able to watch along together. But brilliant start by Manchester United. Great start. And I think the important thing now is obviously, we've had, let me just see here. We've had Nottingham Forest with a good bit of possession in the opening 15 minutes or so. So I think United need, just after getting that first goal now, just try and keep the ball for maybe the next 5 or 10 minutes. Keep as much possession as you can. It comes to the back post here and a great block. But yeah, keep a bit of possession. Maybe, a lot of the time, the most likely time to concede is just after you score. So let's just hope they can. Good response. Oh, scissors. Well, not a scissors kick, but a kind of a kung fu shot there by Nottingham Forest, and the keeper does very well. What's the keeper's name? Vitek does very well to save at his near post. But again, look, I mean, Nottingham Forest aren't without their chances, and United are struggling a little bit to keep possession. Nottingham Forest are pressing them very high, in fairness. Without a doubt, but look, it's United have been good for their lead at the moment, without a doubt. But yeah, I mean, it's great to get off to a good start like that. We have some updates from Ajax as well. Ajax 2. Oh, they've gone 3-0 up. Here's Garnacho now, breaks into the box. Oh, just gets caught under his feet, but retains possession. United go wide, cross into the box. And Nottingham Forest clear, and another good clearance there again by Nottingham Forest. United are doing well here, and they keep possession. McNeil, good tackle by Nottingham Forest, cleared their lines. For anyone else who's wondering, Ajax are gone 3-0 up. So they basically have the Eredivisie in the bag. And I think that's absolutely brilliant news for Manchester United. It means that Erik ten Hag can basically just step back from Ajax now and start work with Manchester United, regardless of whether he's been unveiled yet, but he can give his full concentration to Manchester United. I think it's great news. So happy days. I have to update the score. Thanks, Brian. So yeah, great news. How can you watch the match? Winnie says. Winnie, if you look at the comment that I have there, just 1, 2, 3 up from you, or what you can also do is if you go over to my Twitter page, it's on. I put a tweet on it yesterday. So if you go to Twitter United Community Channel, there is a tweet there. The link is on it. All you have to do is click on it. I've also put up the URL there, a couple of comments up, so feel free to hit on that either. Yeah, great to see so many in the group, guys. Mark says the link doesn't work. Yeah, Mark, I really don't know. I actually got that link through Twitter yesterday from a different account. So let me just have a check here. Garnacho has a shot there, easy enough shot, but let's see, is there any links going? Let me just have a quick check, because I don't want to be giving any dodgy links out either. Let's have a look here. Right, I have one. So if you see link doesn't work, you'll all need a dodgy box, and I'm your man. So try that link, guys. I've just done a quick search on Twitter for that now, and it does seem to be pretty good. It does seem to work, but again, let us know if it doesn't. Before you head over and do that, smash a like on that video. Great to see so many in. If you want to hit subscribe as well, we do all kind of watch-alongs, mainly with Manchester United, but we do, obviously we're going to be doing the Champions League, the FA Cup final on the weekend. So yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. But Nottingham Forest, after having a couple of chances now, they just headed over from a corner there. And they have had the majority of the chances. Now look, obviously, United have converted the chance that they have had, so they're good for it. But Nottingham Forest do seem to be dictating the play, dictating possession. But look, I mean, we'll take a 1-0 win, no problem. So, but yeah, just going through some of the Manchester United news as well. Been reading about Marcus Rashford again. More reports coming out today. Potentially that he's looking to discuss his future. He's not 100%. Not that he's not 100% committed to Manchester United, but he doesn't know if his long-term future is at Manchester United, things like that. And he says, he wants to come out and have a chat with Erik ten Hag before he makes up his mind and things like that. And to be honest with you, I would be absolutely shocked if Rashford is not with Manchester United next year. I really would. I think he does. He is being allowed this kind of poor season that he's had. But if he has another one like that again next season, I think the writing would be on the wall for him. Nottingham Forest bobbling around here in United's box, comes out and a strike. United clear their lines. But yeah, I think if Rashford continues this poor form next season, I think not that the United fans will turn on him, but I would think they would just come out and say, well, look, you're not good enough. It's time to move on. Maybe you do need a change. By all accounts, Erik ten Hag does like Rashford. He is a fan of him and he wants him to stay. So for that reason alone, I would be absolutely shocked if Rashford was to go this summer. Really would. I think even for his own image and own brand, maybe, he does a lot of charity work, obviously, and being at such a high-profile club like United, let's not kid anyone, that does help him as well. But obviously, us as fans, we want we want good performances more than anything else. So I'd be interested to know what any of you think in the chat. Do you think he should go? Do you think he should stay? Let us know what you think. But Forest are doing well here. They've had the majority of possession here since United scored a goal. But it's been a good game so far. I mean, just over 20 minutes in, and United have really only had that one chance, and they've scored from it. So obviously we won't complain. Forest have had a couple of chances, headers as well. So you'd be hoping United can maybe shore up the defence a little bit and and limit the chances given away. Lovely little 1-2 there with Garnacho and McNeil. and they win a throw in down in Forest corner. So good play there. Obviously, you'd be thinking the likes of Garnacho and McNeil are the two standout names. That doesn't necessarily mean they're the two best players on the team. It's just in relation to who we know. And obviously, according to reports, Charlie McNeil is a prolific goal scorer, and then Garnacho has had his couple of spells in the first team squad as well. So it's just good to see him playing, and they don't seem phased by obviously obviously Nottingham Forest are kind of dictating the game, but United don't seem phased by it at all. They are defending quite well. They've given up a couple of chances, but they do definitely deserve the goal that they got. How's that link working, guys? Have you let us know, did it work for you, or has it I'm back under a different You're some dope, boy. Andy Like Stuff says, I blame the board owners. It's all about contracts. These players got off Woodward. It's all about the contracts these players got off Woodward. Is my belief. After looking at it, also the Super League failing, Glazers were all over it. Yeah, I agree. Now look, I don't blame the board for everything. I would say that. I think the players do have to be held accountable for their Forrester in. No, okay, good save. I do think that the players have a lot to answer for given their performances this season, and the only reason I say that is because, without a doubt, you there's players out there that are far better players than they've shown on the pitch this year, regardless of tactics or who's the manager or anything like that. They should be performing better, much better. United give the ball away here, and Forest have numbers over. Just played it slightly behind, but they're into the end line here of the box. Great ball across, comes to the back post with a strike, and United block it well. Second attempt, and United clear their lines. But United do break here. Get a good ball. Oh, the ball is just under hit for United to break away, but Forest retain possession back with their goalkeeper. And what I was saying, I said it in one of my previous videos, this whole, after the poor performances since Ranjik took over, that, there's been a lot in the media and ex-players coming out and saying, Ranjik is not able to motivate these players. And I was never a big fan of a statement like that, because obviously us as fans, we're passionate towards the club and stuff like that, but you shouldn't, as a professional footballer, you shouldn't need a manager to get you motivated. Especially when you're playing for a club like Manchester United. That motivation comes from yourself, And we talked about it as well in relation to, especially with the likes of Rashford going through a terrible vein of form, and that, can Ten Hag, improve his form? Which is, well, I think is a load of nonsense, because I think the best way for Rashford to improve his form is to get onto the training ground, get his head down and work hard. Regardless of the coach or the manager or what's going on, or whether you're getting stick off the media, get your head down and work hard. And if you do that, you'll have a better chance of improving your performances. So that's what I would say personally. And I'd like to know what you think. Would you agree or disagree? But let me just see now. Yeah, let's see what everyone else is saying here in the chat. We are leading, thanks boys. Yeah, leading 1-0, Henry. And then Amrit says, I hope tonight will be the night where I can sleep without any depression. Them nights have been few and far between this season, so it's please God. Well, look, we're 1-0 up, so let's keep the fingers crossed. It would be great to see him, to lift it and put some kind of positivity back around the club, and finish the season. Obviously, we have one game left, and with the first team, but and by all means, that game is not going to be easy. I mean, we're playing Crystal Palace, who are a well-oiled team under Patrick Vieira, without a doubt. So, I mean, if we play even remotely as bad as we played against Brighton, Villa or Palace will beat us without a shadow of a doubt. You know what I mean? But in saying that, I don't know if any of you seen, or watching along, and I'm on the watch along against Brighton, when Manchester United conceded their fourth, and I think it was in 90 seconds or 2 minutes, Brighton actually hit the post to make it 5-0. Nearly made it 5-0. And at that stage, I just started laughing. I couldn't do anything else other than laugh at the group of the players. If you go onto my TikTok, we have a TikTok account as well. It's United Community Channel. I actually clipped it, and you'll see it. It's about 5 or 6 videos down on my TikTok. All I could do was laugh at them. There was nothing else you could do. They were so pathetically bad and poor that I was actually nearly in a good mood that the season was nearly over, and that this whole team potentially, hopefully, is going to get dismantled with fresh faces then coming in and a bit of positivity around the club. And that's what we're all hoping for, So, Jamie says, in the league, United and Forest are both 41 points, and they actually play each other again this Saturday for the final game of the season. Winner finishes third. If it's a draw, United stay third. All right, very good. Good to know, Jamie. So yeah, they are. You're right in saying that they're basically two of the top teams there in the division, which is good to see. Andy says can't see us beating Palace away. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, given the way we've been playing, Andy, it's going to be very difficult. Free kick now from Nottingham Forest. United do well to clear the ball away with a header, but second cross comes in, but too close to keeper, and Vitek gathers. He looks like Vitek looks like a very good goalkeeper. I don't know if anyone in the chat maybe knows, but even this is the first time I've seen him play now. He just looks like a goalkeeper that has presence. He looks like he's big. He's like a man nearly, more so than an under 18. I've been impressed even by the shape and the way he looks and the way he commands to come out and win a ball. But yeah, Eugene says, might as well play this team against Palace. To be honest with you, Eugene, I agree 100%. And it's the one thing that I have been disappointed with Rangnick over the last maybe 3 or 4 games, that he hasn't given more of the youth a run out. I know we want to finish as high up as we can in the league, and I think up until the game against Brighton, United fans, and I'll include myself in that, we pretty much thought that Europa League was in the bag, but it isn't. You know what I mean? If we lose against Palace and West Ham win, they have a better goal difference than us, and we'll be in the Europa Conference League. So I was disappointed that Rangnick didn't give more of the young lads a game. I mean, you'll see it on some of my... I done a couple of TikToks as well there in some of the last watch-alongs where they're bringing on Jones and Cavani, and I couldn't believe it. And they're bringing on Harry Maguire then on the weekend as well, shutting up shop for a team against Brighton, a Manchester United team against Brighton when we're 4-0 down. I just couldn't get my head around it. So that's one thing I have been disappointed with Rangnick, that he hasn't given the youth more of a run out. And to be honest with you, I don't think they're going to get a run out this weekend either, because we need a win. But again, not this weekend, the following weekend. But again, I mean, even reports that came out as well that Rangnick, for when Hannibal came on against Liverpool, everybody was raving about him, and he was, one of the only positives in that game. He came on, he showed a bit of heart, a bit of spirit, a bit of fight. Threw in a few tackles. He absolutely smashed Jordan Henderson in a tackle within about 60 seconds. But according to reports, Rangnick actually pulled him up on it and gave him a warning and relegated him back down to the under-23s for disciplinary, and a lack of professionalism, which I was very surprised to hear. and it does. I suppose the timelines do add up because he hasn't been in the United first team squad since, so I was disappointed to hear that as well, without a doubt. Um, but let me just have a quick check here now. But yeah, again, Forest do have a free kick here, about 10 yards outside. Good opportunity, swings it in, and again, United cleared their lines with a header, and Bennett, the captain, in fairness to him, he's heading every ball clear, and that's coming in. And there is a lot of crosses being put in right into the penalty area, maybe onto the edge of the 6-yard box, and he's winning everything there. What else have we got here? Amrit says they don't play for the badge, they play for themselves. That's a big problem with this team. I agree with you 100%, Amrit. I mean, we were talking Forest here with a chance. Again, great block there by Bennett. He's having a fantastic game. And United do well to get out now. And they have the opportunity to get forward here if they can find the right pass, which they do. Breaking through the middle here now. But again, just out-muscled off the ball. Nottingham Forest are their transition from attack to defence is quite good. I have to say they're well able to get back fast behind the ball, and they do seem to have that bit more strength, maybe muscle. But yeah, back to Amrit, what we were saying there. Like Manchester United players playing for themselves, playing for their followers, their social media followers. I call a few of them social media players. The likes of Paul Pogba, Jesse Lingard, these players. They're not really playing for the team, the badge. They're playing for themselves, followers, building their own personal brand rather than trying to build, the quality and performances of the team. That would be my opinion. And I think that's something that does have to change, and I think it's something that I'm happy is going to change because, Pogba's leaving, Lingard is leaving. They're the two main culprits, I think, when it comes to this whole social media thing. And look, I may be a bit old school and a bit kind of, a bit, maybe a bit. What's the word I'm looking for? I may be a bit kind of narrow-minded, but this whole kind of dancing when you score a goal and hand gestures and just get on with it. You know what I mean? I sound a bit like Roy Keane, but again, like, I grew up watching Roy Keane, and imagine Roy Keane doing that to the camera when he scores a goal, and it's just, I don't know, maybe that's just an old mindset that I have. But I just don't like it, I just don't like it. These players are trying to build their own logos and their own, brands and stuff like that, more so than actually building the team and building the improving the, the squad and their own performances, so, but yeah, just under 10 minutes to go here, and we have United leading by 1. Great to see so many people in the chat as well, guys. If you can, just smash a like on the video. It really does help out the channel a lot. It'll get us up in the kind of the rankings, get us shown to more people. United now into the box. Garnacho with a lovely turn and a strike. Oh, and he just plays it across the 6-yard box, and no one takes a chance on it. Now look, he does look like maybe he was potentially taking a shot, but no one following it in. But again, a good chance for United there. And Garnacho is one of the players now. He's looking very lively. Takes on, United get lucky to get a second bite at it, but the ball comes back to Garnacho and he's very tight. He does a lovely little Cruyff turn and gets an early shot away. Goes right across the edge of the 6-yard box, and no one taking a chance on it for a tap in. But yeah, good chance. But that's what you want to see. But yeah, like I said, if you can smash a like on the video, guys, if you want to hit subscribe as well, we'll be doing all of the United watch-alongs. Obviously, there's only one left for this season, but we're going to be, doing them all next season. I'm going to be covering the pre-season tour as well. I'm going to be doing all the watch-alongs for that, and I'm going to be doing a lot of transfer shows throughout the summer as well. So feel free to hit subscribe. We're on TikTok as well. If you can't watch all of the full videos, I have them cut up and snippeted into short TikToks as well. United Community Channel over there, and we're on Instagram and Twitter as well. So feel free to follow us along. But United are doing well. They're on the ball. They're keeping a bit of possession there for the last minute or two. And it does take a bit of pressure off their defence as well. Eugene says, saw my first United game in 1974 and don't know many United teams as bad as this. And I agree with what you're saying about some of the individual players. Yeah, Eugene. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong now, but was the 1974 team the team that actually got relegated? Like, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I did read somewhere that they were saying, is this the worst Manchester United team since the team of 74? Now, I could have that year wrong. You can correct me on it, but certainly in my lifetime, obviously I've been very spoilt in terms of, the first I started supporting Manchester United in 1993. I was only 4 years of age, and the first jersey I had was the ones with the laces going through the oak and sharp across the front. So without a doubt, my lifetime has been spoiled in relation to growing up with Ferguson as being the only manager up to obviously 10 years ago. So, but again, that was my exactly. I see Albie says the Dennis Haw back heel that got us relegated in 74. I remember it, and not that I remember it, but I remember seeing it. United are doing well here now. They're breaking down the left. We're going to get a cross into the box, and Forest do well to head it clear. But I remember seeing that, Albie, the back heel, and Dennis Law doesn't even celebrate. Yeah. But McNeil now gets to the end line. He's kind of ran a bit wide. Does well with a little turn. Gets the cross on. Comes to the edge of the box. And Garnacho with a great strike. Oh, he's just wide with it. Just wide. Lovely opportunity there. Was in acres of space on the edge of the box. Just wraps his foot around it, but just can't get enough whip. So yeah, the ball is just laid off to him. At first time, just can't get enough curl on it, and it just goes wide at the far post. But yeah, good chance here. United after creating a couple of good chances now in the last few minutes or so, and they're finishing the half strong. So hopefully they can build on that in the second half, and yeah, good. But again, I think it's important to get into the changing room at half time with this 1-0 win. But sorry, King Joe, I just seen your message there. Where can I watch the match? If you scroll up through the chat, you'll see one from me, United Community Channel. It's a link to it. I haven't heard back from anyone whether it's working or not. It did work. I'm watching it on MUTV myself, so the link did work for me on my laptop. But it is there. If you want to just scroll back up through the chat, you'll see it. United finishing the half very strong here. Andy says, I've still got the shirt with the laces. I started mid-80s, Ron Atkinson. Big Ron with the shirt open and the chest out. But yeah, I'm obsessed with that whole kind of early 90s kind of period when United did start to become successful. They won the Cup Winners' Cup, and then the FA Cup, and then eventually the Premier League. I love all of that. I think there's a lot of very good United documentaries out. Obviously, the Class of '92 is the main one, which is fantastic. But yeah, it's look, I mean, the one thing I would say is even if United do, God forbid, do a Liverpool on it and go 30 years without a league, all right, we're 10 years in now, so we have 20 more years to go. Please God, touch wood, that we'll be alive to see him win another one, you know. So look, United will eventually come back, and it's something that I am excited about. I'm excited about being a part of a potential, you know, redemption and rebuild, and you know, so it's not all doom and gloom. Obviously, this season has... Oh, and Forest have scored. The keeper makes an absolute howler. Oh, and United players go over to comfort him. He keeps his head on the grass, face in the grass. Oh, terrible mistake. And the camera goes to David De Gea, and he knows all about that. He's made a few of them. Oh, you'd feel sorry for the goalkeeper. Let's get a replay on it here. Let's have a quick look. So, Forest break down the right hand side. Ball is played back to the edge of the box. And the keeper... Ball is played back to the edge of the box. One of the Forest players gets a shot away with his left foot. There's not a lot of pace behind it. And the keeper does have... Vitek has plenty of time to get down and gather it. And he doesn't get his hands down to the ground fully, and it just goes under his fingers. He'll be terribly disappointed. And it's a goal by Powell for Nottingham Forest, and a terrible time to give away a goal. Terrible time to give away a goal. And United finishing the half so strongly, they'll be very disappointed with that. But look, it's a hard one for that young chap to get over. But like I said, he has had a great game. Obviously, that'll be the highlight for him. But up until that, he made a couple of saves, and he came out and claimed his crosses and corners well. So let's just hope he doesn't drop his head too much here. But yeah, poor end to the match. Let's see what guys are saying. Venatus says it seems to be okay. Only works with a VPN. Okay. Ronaldo, Amrit says, Ronaldo comes back to United, and what does he see? Jesse and Pogba dancing. Oh, lovely ball across. Jesse and Pogba dancing. Rashford thinking himself was good, and Maguire. Yeah, I agree, Amrit. I do agree with you there. And a lot of what really annoyed me throughout the season, I'd love to get your take on this as well. You know, the reports coming out during the season that, you know, certain United players weren't happy with Ronaldo being part of the squad and United signing him and this and that and the other, and you know, he's after upsetting the status quo at you know, within the squad, and I just couldn't believe what I was hearing, really. You know, the fact that the arrogance of some of these players in the current squad who don't want Cristiano Ronaldo there because obviously he's going to take all the headlines and the spotlight and things like that, I think just goes to show the lack of professionalism with some players in that squad. And you know any player with any bit of ambition, having Ronaldo coming into your squad would be absolutely over the moon, because you would get a chance to learn from the absolute best, you know, and especially attacking players. So I think it just goes to show the lack of professionalism and the lack of real desire and will to be successful for Manchester United that it shows within that squad. And I can't wait for them to be dismantled. You know, so bring on the future. So we're half time has just started, so we're just into half time. Let me just I'll just stop the so yeah, let's see what people are saying in the chat. Rather have United winning UEFA Champions League and FA Cup next season, or would I rather? I would rather the league, Jack. To be honest with you, I think now look. I mean, if we win the Champions League next year, I would be absolutely ecstatic. I really would. Um, I just think that the league has to be the bread and butter for every team. And I know, look, um, Pep Guardiola has come out and he says it all the time. When he's asked, "What do you want to win more, the league or the Champions League?" Now, obviously, he's won the league 3 out of the last 4 seasons. You know, um, and he hasn't won the Champions League. Now, he does still say that he wants to win the league more than Champions League, and I think he's lying because he's been brought in to win the Champions League. But I know exactly where he's coming from, because the domestic league is the bread and butter for every team. It really is, and I think again it goes back to some of the maybe the older guys in the chat here would remember that you didn't get into the old European Cup. You didn't go into Europe unless you were the champion of your current league. There was no 4 spots or anything like that in it. So sometimes when you see Chelsea is a great example from last year. They win the Champions League without winning their own domestic league the previous year. And there's always been something in the back of my mind that says, yeah, I think a real good team will win their league, go into the Champions League, and then win the Champions League. I think that's the big achievement. And I'm not taking away anything from winning either or, because they're both fantastic achievements. But I think the real teams would, and there's been teams down through the years that have done it. You know what I mean? United didn't do it in 99. Obviously, we did win the treble in 99, but the year previous, Arsenal won the league, but we still got into the Champions League. So, the champions in Champions League, if that was held as being that's how the tournament is, then United would have never been in it in 99 because they weren't the champions the year before. So, but yeah, look, I would prefer the league, Jack, because look, I would be happy with the FA Cup next year without doubt. I think we're not going to challenge, I don't think, for the league for at least 2 seasons, and I think the United fans do have to have patience, for this manager, and he's a big rebuild coming up and things like that. Sorry, Axe Ledge, I just see your message here now. I forgot to update the score. Let me just update that here now real quick. But yeah, I would prefer to Jack, to get back to, I would prefer to win the league. But I would take any trophy next year. I would take any cup competition. If it's Europa League, if it's Europa Conference League that we're in, I want to win that, because I think it's important for a squad, especially if it's going to be a new squad, to get some silverware under the belt, because it'll give them that confidence going forward and let them know that they are capable of winning things. So I would prefer that. Let me just have a quick check here now. Let's see what else people are saying in the chat. Andy says, good job, boys. Update the score. Thanks, Diego. Just update. You have to remind me about the score, guys. And anyone who watches this channel regularly will know I always forget to update the score. So thanks for reminding me there. Amrit says, players who are not happy with probably the greatest player of all time of the game just shows what they are. Ronaldo is a player who lives on with his winning mentality, and current United players have let it go. I mean, you couldn't have put a better comment in, when we're talking about that. I mean, the example he sets for everybody. Now, he's not going to be, and you can tell by Ronaldo that he's not the kind of player that will rally the troops. I don't think, I think he is a selfish player, and I think he needs to be a selfish player. You don't become potentially the greatest player of all time without being selfish, But I think he's the kind of player that will do that extra bit in training, that doesn't get a dessert after, dinner in the canteen, and that's how he leads, and that's how he leads by example. So for players there that don't follow that example. I think it just goes to show their lack of professionalism and their mentality, you know. But I do think that there's a lot of these young players, the likes of Elanga, the likes of Garnacho, the likes of Hannibal Mabry. I think these players are watching them, and I think they're taking notes. And I think they're going to be the next generation, hopefully, of good players, professional players, Manchester United players. And like we said, who better to learn off of than Cristiano Ronaldo? So, without a doubt. Vanatis says, are you from Waterford? No, just can't place the accent. No, I'm from Kilkenny, not far away, about a half an hour down the road. So it's I'm not far off. Good guess. But yeah, look, thanks to everyone who's watching, guys. If you can, if you don't mind, just smash a like on the video. It helps us to be shown to more and more people. Like I said, I mentioned it a few times throughout. We do Man United watch-alongs. We also do the likes of the Champions League. We'll be doing the FA Cup on the weekend. So if you want to hit subscribe, if you want to come along and watch more, by all means do. We're going to be doing obviously watch-alongs are not going to be around during the summer, but I am going to be doing a lot of live transfer talk videos, so that I'm planning on potentially maybe getting other people on with me and having discussions, things like that. And then once the pre-season tour happens, we're going to start our watch-alongs again and kick off again for next season. So hit subscribe, hit the bell notification, then you'll get a notification every time we go live or a new video goes up. So feel free to do that. Diego Darconi, I'm not going to read out any of your comments. Nice mustache. Albie says, Jack, can't see the game and only popped on to see how it's going. What's your take on the half? Who's playing well? Who would you like to see in the first team squad next season? Well, obviously the two standout players. Well, there's been three standout players for me so far. Garnacho has played very well. Our centre half, again, let me just get his name here. He's captain Bennett. I think has been brilliant. He's every ball that's come in, he's getting his head on it, and he scored the goal as well. So I've been very impressed with him. The goalkeeper is after making a horrible mistake for a goal, and I feel sorry for him. I really do. But up until that, I was very impressed with him. His presence, I'll be about him. He seems very commanding. He's not afraid to come out and clean house and win a ball. He's built like a man more so than an under 18. So I have been impressed with him. Obviously, he was unfortunate with the goal, but Nottingham Forest have, I think, if I'm being completely honest, have been the better team. They've had more of the possession and they've had the lion's share of chances. But United have done well to create a few chances themselves, and they've defended very well. I think they've given away the ball, maybe, unforced errors a good few times in the middle and maybe in the final third. So hopefully that's something they can build on. But look, I mean, 1-1. This could go either way. But Albie, if you can't see the game, I've actually put a link to. Let me just put it up here again. No, that's not it. One sec now. Albie, if you do... Oh, let me just see now. What am I after doing? I'm just trying to get the link back up here. Yeah, so if you do want to check it out, there's the link, and you can watch it live online if you do want to get the second half in, Albie. John says, next season we'll be bringing in youngsters from the academy and youngsters from different countries, and I'm from Galway. Good to have you in, John. I agree with you in terms of bringing in youngsters. I've said it a few times in relation to the I've said in a couple of previous videos, United are going to have at least 7 players leaving this summer. So let's go through them. We have the 5. We have Lingard, Pogba, and Cavani are out of contract. Or maybe not out of contract, but we have Lingard, Cavani, Mata, Pogba, and Matic. Wan-Bissaka looks like he's going to potentially leave if an offer comes in. And then you have Phil Jones and Eric Bailly potentially are going to leave as well. So that's 8 players. So if we have 8 players leaving, and this is before we talk about what are we going to do with Anthony Martial. I'd be surprised if he stays. So that's 9. So I don't think United are going to sign 9 players. I don't think they can sign 9 players given the transfer budget they have. What would I be happy with? I would be happy with maybe 5. If we could get 5 or 6 signings. They don't have to be all marquee signings. I'd be happy with maybe 1 or 2 marquee signings. And Christian Eriksen, for example, brilliant player on a free. I'd go straight for him. You know what I mean? Without a doubt, because he's a squad player. He's not going to be starting every game, but I think he's fantastic talent. So I'd be going for someone like that. But then obviously if we get 5 players in and 9 players are gone, we are going to have to supplement then with some youth. The likes of Garnacho, Hannibal, whoever else, So I think that's the way it's going to be. But it's certainly going to be the most interesting summer for United in a long time. I really can't remember a summer where so many are going to leave and so many are needed to come in. So I'm really looking forward to it. Vanatis says, cool, cheers for answer. No problem, Vanatis. Me and my dad both subbed. Appreciate the good work. No problem, I appreciate the sub. Thanks a lot. Feel free to put up any messages you wish in the chat at any time. I'm happy to have a chat. I do love the conversations during the game. And then Albie says, anything decent in the middle of the park? I have the link, but fair, unfortunately, no problems. Middle of the park. To be honest, the middle of the park is where they've been weakest. Not weakest, but they've been open. They've been. I said it throughout the first half there that Nottingham Forest have actually, their transition from defence into attack has been very good. And they are breaking quite fast through United's middle. United seem to, from what I can see now, they seem to be just playing a straight out 4-4-2. Whether they need to get another player in there or not, I don't know, because I do know that, according to the build up, the pre-match build up, Nottingham Forest are playing 3 at the back, so they're going to have extra men in midfield. So maybe that's why United are struggling. But without a doubt, check back in after the game. I'll keep an eye on the centre of midfield and we'll see how they get on. But yeah, great to see so many in watching along, guys. Like I said, feel free to like and subscribe and share to your friends if you know anyone else who'd like to come along and watch. By all means, we'll be doing plenty more of these throughout the season. Obviously till the end of this season, and then once next season kicks off as well. But yeah, end of this season, and then now, so players just coming back out. We're nearly ready to go for the second half. But according to the reports there, I've been half listening to the commentary there at half time. And again, like I said at the start, I'm not pretending to know an awful lot about the under 18s, because I don't. But according to the commentary, they haven't really played as good today as they have in previous games throughout their season. So look, hopefully there's room for improvement in the second half. We can, like I said, it's poised to be a good second half, 1-1. So hopefully United can go out and get another goal and get the win here. Haaland coming in next season, not a good derby. I mean, I mean, oh, here's Nottingham Forest now. Oh, keeper does very well, and he's brave, and he takes a boot in the face for it. And he, in fairness to him, he does very well. He redeems himself there because the ball was pinballing around early on in the box here by Nottingham Forest in Manchester United's box, and you can see the keeper's on his toes, and as soon as the ball breaks a little bit, he smothers it and he gets a kick in the face for it. Well done, goalkeeper. Good, big and strong there. Well done. But yeah, back to what you're saying, John. Haaland to Man City is look. I think it's a brilliant signing. And what an absolute steal. What are they saying? 51, 52 million. Now look, obviously, with add-ons and bonuses and agent fees, it's going to be a lot higher than that. You know what I mean? But the actual buyout clause for it to be £51 million sterling is the steal of the century. It really is because, look, he's quality, and look, there's been a lot of talk recently, and obviously Manchester United fans do get excited because you want to sign players like Haaland and stuff like that. United were never going to sign Haaland, in the last, this season or last season. They were never going to. 2 years ago, they turned down the opportunity to sign him because Haaland and his agents wanted a release clause in his contract, and United were unwilling to do that. Now, what do I think about that? It's so frustrating as a United fan thinking we could have had Haaland at United for very cheap, given the quality of the player he is. But in a way, I can understand from the club's perspective that putting a release clause in a contract like that, and by all means it wasn't, I don't think it was an overly big release clause. It was something, again, like 50 million or something like that. United were protecting themselves and protecting a potential asset as well coming in. So I can understand that, United were not trying to be taken advantage of. And that's what I do agree with. I don't want United to be taken advantage of because it's happened too many times since Alex Ferguson left that we've been taken advantage of in the transfer market. United come calling, put another 20 million on, and if they end up paying it. So, but it is very disappointing that we didn't get him, so yeah. Big up to City. Fucking wankers. J Reg says, is this the United Stand Ireland? If that's what you wanted to be, whatever. If you wanted to be United Stand Ireland, by all means, follow along. There's plenty of fan channels out there. We're just one of a lot, So look, hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you like the watch-alongs and videos that we do. We're improving with them all the time. So, yeah, if you want to follow along, do. If you want to watch the United Stand, do. I watch the United Stand every day. I love it. So, United on the edge of the box here now with a chance. Oh, great tackle. And one of the United players just shoots at thin air. Gets the ball wide here. Lovely little cross into the box, and Nottingham Forest cleared as well. But it comes down again, and a strike is blocked again. Comes to Garnacho. Left foot strike. And 6s and 7s, the blocks are coming. Oh, what a strike. Oh, keeper with a good save. Jesus, I think Nottingham Forest blocked 6 shots there in a row. And United's tails are up here. And they're in here again. Charlie McNeil with a lovely turn. And the ball is clear for Matroy. United are starting well, and the players throwing their hands up in the air, getting the crowd going. And that's what we like to see. Good start to the second half now by United. But yeah, United Stand Ireland. What my Jack Bridge. Andrean says, do you have a link for the stream? I do. If you look, Andrean, 1, 2, 3, 4 chats up from your one. There's a link. You can click on it and follow along. Yorpy, again, the link is United Community Channel. The link is just above there. You can just click on that and it should work. The people are saying in the chat that it's working, so I'm not sure. I'm actually watching it myself on MUTV. So if you have MUTV on your TVs or your laptops, you can watch along through that as well. Corner here now from United. Comes to the edge of the box. Garnacho's going to get a shot away and deflection out for another corner. United putting the pressure on here early on. It's good to see. And Nottingham Forest supporters, Isle of Wight. Question for your dad. Corner here. United keep possession. Let's see. The best Forest game ever, not 79-80. Oh, God, do I know too many Forest games? Oh, yeah, I do. The time we bet you 7-1, was it? Was it 7-1 when Solskjaer come on and scored 4? I'm kidding. To be honest, as a United fan, the only real games that I would have watched. I watched the Nottingham Forest football documentary on Netflix, and it's a great it's a brilliant watch to see what Brian Clough done with Nottingham Forest in such a short period of time from when he took over. Obviously, he had the Leeds job, and that didn't work out. To go straight into Nottingham Forest then and to be as successful as he was, I think was just unbelievable, and it still blows my mind sometimes when you think about the fact, and there's no disrespect to Nottingham Forest because I think they're a massive club, and I think it's just the fact that they haven't been in the top flight for so long that when you do just think back and realise, fuck, you have 2 European Cups, and it's a brilliant achievement and something that can never be taken away from you. So, and I just love the fact that Trevor Francis signed for you and never played in the European Cup until the final and scored the winning goal. And his £1 million plus £1 pound transfer fee was recouped pretty much straight away. So, corner here now to Nottingham Forest, and again United clear it very well. They're winning their headers very well in defence, United, now I have to say. Nottingham Forest now coming down the left. And they're just keeping a bit of possession now down in United's final third. Lovely cross in, but again United central defence deals with it. But again, Forest are quick to snuff it out, and they're in here on a great block on the shot there. But yeah, I mean, chances both ends here early on. What are we, nearly 9 minutes in? And both teams have had very good chances. J-Reg says, great work, like your humble nature and commentary. Consider me your 89th subscriber. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, J-Reg. Now look, I mean, I just do this as a bit. I started it, and I've only been doing it maybe about 6 weeks or so. So I saw it was something I wanted to do, because I used to play a bit of soccer myself, and I'm getting a bit too old for it now. So it was my way of just staying involved and getting to watch as much soccer as I could, and being able to watch all the United games. So that was my little way of staying involved. So look, we'll get better at it as time goes on. I was giving myself this maybe 5 or 6 weeks when this season ended as a kind of a trial run, and improve, and hopefully then by the start of next season we'll be up and running and flying it, and the videos will be coming thick and fast and stuff like that. So, but I mean, if you have any ideas, anything you want to see, if there's any transfer videos you'd like, or any player you want discussed in the video, you can get me on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok. Just send me a DM. Yeah, United Community Stand. I'd be happy to do anything like that. Sam says, I'm from Ireland. Good to see you, Sam. And Sam made it 90 subs. Thanks for it, Sam. I appreciate it. Good to have you on. You're all welcome to join in and get on the chat, and channel's looking good so far. Good, Jeff. Thanks. I don't know if you're talking about my channel or the link for the game, but either way, I appreciate it. Amrit, I know exactly what you said. So Amrit says unsubscribing because it's football, not soccer. Now let me explain, and anyone in the chat that's from Ireland will understand. So in Ireland we have what's called um, Gaelic football. So it's an Irish sport where the ball is in your hand and you kick it and you hand pass it, and so it's nearly just natural for all Irish people to call that football and then to call football soccer. So it's our way of distinguishing between the two in Ireland. So, and it's just a habit, and I hate the word soccer. I really do. And it's football, and I'm trying my best to stop using it, and especially on this channel, because it is football. You're right. It's not soccer. Soccer is such an American word, and it's nothing against, any Americans. If there is anybody from America watching, but it's football. It is football. So I agree with you 100%. Jeff says your channel. I appreciate it, Jeff. Thanks, man. Look, we just kind of started it up as a bit of fun. Try and build maybe a community here. The chat is always a good laugh. There's plenty of good conversations going on throughout the games and stuff like that. So thanks for all the likes on the video, and the subscribers is flying up. I think I had 68 before this, and now we're up to 95. So thanks a lot. I appreciate it from everyone. But it's a good game we're watching though, and it's tight. It is tight. United are settling down now. They've had the ball for a minute or two, and they're settling into a bit of possession, and they're looking a little bit more comfortable. But the problem is, like we said in the first half, Nottingham Forest are very fast on the counter attack, on their transition from defence to attack. So that is an area that United do have to watch. It does look like to me that United are still only playing two in the centre and midfield, whereas Nottingham Forest tend to have an extra man there all the time. But let me just have a look. It does look like it that way. I mean, United do have a number 10. Their number 10 is Hansen, and he does seem to be that little bit further forward a lot, and it's nearly given Nottingham Forest that extra man in midfield, and in fairness, they've taken advantage of it a few times. But that lad that they've just shown on screen there now, Bennett, the captain, he's been absolutely fantastic in the centre of defence, an absolute rock. Very impressed with him now, and a brilliant header there by the left back. That's not a free, ref. Murray gets up and with a big strong header, and the Nottingham Forest player is backing in as he comes, and he gets up and wins it, and does absolutely mince the Nottingham Forest player. Gives away a free kick, bit soft in my opinion. Luke is in. Luke says FA player won't load for me. Anyone else got that? So Luke, if you scroll back up through the chat, there's another link that I put in, a second link. It seems to be working for people. You'll see my last the United Community Channel chat that I put in. It's about 10 or 15 chats back up. Just click on that. It seems to be working for people. You can follow along then with our stopwatch. Actually, I forgot to start the stopwatch, so let me start it here again. So now we're back on there. Now, let's see what else we've got in here. Paul says, great show. Greetings from Blarney. Come on, Forest. Good to have you in, Paul. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Blarney, I've been there a few times. We spent my nan and granddad had two mobile homes in Blarney when we were kids. So we spent our summers down there when we were younger. Now I can't remember whereabouts, but yeah, it was spent a lot of time down there. And Chief Shrewman says, where's the likes? We're on 31 likes, guys, for the video so far. Let's see, can we get it up to 50 by the end of the video? Everyone go in and smash a like there if you can. I do appreciate the effort. But yeah, we're on nearly 5,000 views so far, which is great to see. By far our biggest, our biggest viewership since we started. So yeah, it's great to see and appreciate everyone that's in. But yeah, I mean we have a game on our hands here, and there's not going to be a lot in it come the end of this game. You can just tell. It's going to really come down to who takes their chances more, because United have been limited, I will say, in the second half now to their chances. But in saying that, I mean, Forest haven't had an awful lot of chances either. So I wouldn't be writing either team off here. You know, obviously, you know, we do have some Forest fans in the chat here as well. So, you know, respect to ye, but without a doubt. But obviously, as a United fan, I hope we do win. I'd be interested to know if there is any Forest fans in the group that how many times have you won the FA Youth Cup, and have you won it recently? Let us know in the chat. Paul says, thanks mate. Did you kiss the stone? I did kiss the stone. I kissed it once and swore I would never do it again, because obviously you know there's a 200-foot drop that you have to lean out backwards. And I'm not the best with heights, so I done it once, and then I got out of there and I said I'd never do it again. Could you say hello to John, Michael, and Lila, who are listening to you? So big up to John, Michael, and Lila. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. But good to have you in. Nottingham Forest supporters says Stan Collymore, our greatest scorer apart from Nigel Clough, the record holder after Storymore. Remember Stan Collymore? And Stan Collymore got the move to Liverpool after that. Would I be correct in saying that? It would be 95, I want to say. 95? Could be wrong now, but yeah, I'd stand corrected on that one. Paul says, no wins for Forest in the FA Youth Cup, first time. All right, okay. Well, obviously they're going to be, you know, and it's clear to see they are well up for it here. But obviously United have won it, you know, on a number of occasions. I think it's, I'm going to do a quick Google search on that now. Let's see. How many times have Man U won the Youth Cup? 10 times. Right. Okay. Manchester United are the competition's most successful club, winning it 10 times. Interesting. I didn't know it was that much. Obviously, you would hear, you know, as a United fan, you would hear of the famous ones. You know, obviously, you know, the most recent we would know of is obviously when Lingard and Pogba were on it in 2011, and that was the last time we won it. But obviously the most famous one then is the class of 92 winning it. But a couple of substitutions here. It looks like Charlie McNeil is coming off, and Hansen Aron is coming on for... Odieli is coming on as well. McNeil is off. I'm surprised with that now. Now, in fairness, look, McNeil hasn't really had a sniff throughout the game. And he's not happy coming off, and he gets told off by Warren Joyce there. Now, look, of course you'd be disappointed. You know, the Youth Cup final in front of 63,000 at Old Trafford. You know, anyone at that age, I mean, we do have to realise that these players are all under 18 years of age, you know, or around that. So, you know, of course they're going to be disappointed coming off. But yeah, Warren Joyce ringing in the changes here. Ben is in. Ben says Forest have never won it or even played in a final. All right, interesting. Thanks for that, Ben. Come on, you trees. So Ben is obviously a Forest fan. But no, I mean, it's been a good game so far. Both teams have had their chances, but they've been sloppy in relation to not taking their chances, really. I mean, by right there should be more goals in this game. But yeah, again, United are a bit sloppy in possession, trying to play out from the back. They're giving the ball away, a good bit now. And they're going long with it, and United are again failing to make it stick when it does go along. Now, look, I completely understand that, within, I completely understand that watching this game, we're not watching the first team, and the tempo, now, as bad as fucking United's first team are, the tempo is higher, and, it's a faster paced game, and, there's less mistakes, and so we do have to realise and understand that we are watching the under 18 game, but the quality is definitely there. It really is. I've been impressed by both sides here, Forest and United. But Forest now are breaking down the right hand side and across into the box, and that goalkeeper, I'm impressed with him by Vitek, whatever he's called. I'm very impressed with him. He's so commanding there. He comes out, and he could have got a kick in the face by his own defender. He comes out, to the cross and smothers it. Very, very impressed with him. But yeah, there's good quality here, without a doubt. And United are still well in this game. Now, let's see, anyone else in the chat here? Kenny is in. Kenny says, "How can I watch the match?" Kenny, if you scroll up through, there's actually a couple of steps. First, you have to hit like on the video and subscribe. And then what you do is you just scroll back up through the chat there. You'll see the United Community Channel chat that I have in. There's a link there. If you just click on it, it seems to be working for everybody. So just click on it and watch along with us. But yeah, thanks for joining in. Kenny, it's on MUTV or ESPN. Yeah, it's on ESPN as well. That's right, Paul says it. But if you can't get either ESPN or MUTV, just click on the link if you scroll back up through the chat, you'll see the link there. It seems to be working for everybody. But yeah, great to have you in the chat, guys. Big amount of people there. We're trying to get to 50 likes before the end of the video. We're on 35 at the moment, so if you haven't already, go in and smash a like. It really helps out the video a lot, and the channel. So yeah, and hit subscribe if you want to follow along for more watch-alongs and all things United content. United are defending well here, I have to say. It has been mainly Nottingham Forest, in fairness, in terms of chances and things like that. But United, you have to give it to them, are defending quite well. They're keeping their shape well. And like I said, I've been very impressed with Bennett. He's the captain. He's defended very well, and he seems to be a good organiser as well. But United doing well now, coming down the right. And United do well, so they win a throw right down in Nottingham Forest's corner, which is great to see. Nottingham Forest says 2.1 per game, mate. We would have been above Fulham. 2.1 per game. We would have been above Fulham. Is that with the youth, or I'm not 100% sure what that comment means? Let us know. Here's the goals now. Again, they're just showing a replay. A brilliant goal by Bennett. And again, I mean, it's such a pity for that goalkeeper. He's had a fantastic game so far. You know what I mean? Obviously, the game is not over, but just to let that ball slip in under his fingers, if United do go on to lose this game, he's gonna feel very bad. Of course you would, but you would hope it doesn't define him, and that he can kick on and not be too down by it. Alex is in the group. Good to see you, Alex. But yeah, Nottingham Forest player down here who's going off. Looks to be an hamstring. Is he holding his hamstring? Diego says, what's your opinion on the grey United jersey from 95-96 with the sharp view cam logo? I remember it very well. Now look, I mean, jerseys tend to have sentimental values, for certain periods of time, and when United are winning, and going through a fantastic spell, them jerseys automatically nearly get a good rep because of the good memories that you have of that time. And like United obviously around the 95-96 time, where I think we done the double in 95-96, so it was a fantastic season, and great memories. So surely that jersey would be would go down well in supporters' minds. But fuck me, that jersey was ugly. It was terrible. Oh man, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. Was it I don't think it was the worst, but it was certainly up there with the worst. And I had it. I had it. I had it for the what was it? What did I get it for? I don't know what I got it for anyway. But yeah, I got it, and it was that one, and then what was the other one that was scandalous? The 2001-2002 jersey. Remember that navy fucking piece of shit? And it was like I remember having it, and it was like wearing a towel. It was heavy. I just couldn't believe it was a jersey. Good man, Diego. You got it for your communion, but yeah, that was a scandalous jersey. But yeah, thanks for that question, Diego. It's after stirring up a lot of memories there. I appreciate it. But yeah, in other news, Ajax are champions. They're after winning 5-0 tonight. So brilliant news, fantastic news for Ajax and Erik ten Hag and Manchester United, because it means that it basically means Ajax season is over now, and Ten Hag can get his teeth into this Manchester United squad and start working for us. So it's great news there. Happy days. Hopefully he can get the ball rolling quick with a few players in, but look, I'm sure there's been work done in the background, like you said previously, and he's had the players he wants, already given to Manchester United, so. But it's good that the fact now basically Ajax season is over now and he can start concentrating on Manchester United. Wrestling Hardcore by Jim Smith. Hiya Jim, good to have you in the chat. And Chief says pro goalkeepers can't be making those mistakes. It's not training or friendly. It's cancelled out our goal. Now look, I agree with you, Chief. Look, and look, completely understandable. But if we're let's not focus on the negatives here. Because obviously, okay, he made a mistake and it's cost us a goal, but he's had a very good game. He's come and claimed a number of balls there now that were difficult to claim. He's been brave. He's got a kick in the face there at one stage, and he could have potentially had another one. And his distribution has been quite good as well. He's thrown out a couple of very good balls, got United going on the counter attack, and he does seem good with the ball at his feet as well. So look, obviously he's cost us a goal, but let's not dwell on. He comes out there again, another brilliantly brave ball. He's after getting there down low when Nottingham Forest players coming in. He could have easily got a belt. So look, I've been impressed with him, 100%. Aaron is in. Good to see you again, Aaron. The reversible white and gold jersey. Oh my God, that was absolutely atrocious. That was atrocious. Jeez, have had some stinkers down through the haven't they? They had a green one as well, I think. Did they? Oh, United are in here. Garnacho, it's a penalty. Surely, ref. Surely that's a penalty. Ref hasn't made his mind up, and it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Nottingham Forest make an absolute howler. Absolute howler. So the goalkeeper and their two centre backs are playing with fire here, and a heavy first touch, and Garnacho nicks in, and eventually the Nottingham Forest player takes him down, and the referee takes his time. He does take his time. He blew his whistle. It was right on the edge of the box. Blew his whistle, took his time, and I think he had the linesman in his ear as well, and he's given a penalty. So let's have a look at it here again. Yeah, they're playing around at the back. Oh, it looks like a free. Now, I don't know, I wouldn't think there's VAR in this, but it looks like the ref has made a mistake. It's outside the box. It is. It's not a great pass, and the defender makes a terrible first touch, and Garnacho is in just to nick it off him, but it's not a penalty. The ref has made a mistake, in fairness, so tough on Nottingham Forest there, without a doubt. But Garnacho is going to step up here in front of the Stretford end. How's your nerves, kid? Oh, cool as you like. Sends the keeper the other way, and United go 2-1 up, and he does the Ronaldo. So good man. Good man. Cool as you like. That young lad has nerves of steel, in fairness to him. And United go 2-1 up. Brilliant. So, what are we? 13 minutes to go. 2-1 in front of the Stretford end. Brilliant opportunity here now for United to go on and win this game. Just shut up shop. And, yeah, brilliant. Happy days. Now, let's see what's going on in the chat. Come on, United, says Chief. Happy days. Diego Targoni says, I also had the 94 black jersey with the yellow numbers, gigs on the back. That was a lovely jersey. That really was. So let's update the score here. Thanks, Dargo. So we're going to go, let me see, home score. But look, I mean, as happy as we are here as Manchester United here to go 2-1 up, Nottingham Forest are going to feel very, very hard done by. Now, look, obviously the ref doesn't have VAR and stuff like that, but and he did take his time, and by the looks of it, he went to his ear, he held his hand to his ear like that, which means his assistant, on his linesman on the far side, who in fairness to him was right up with play, they decided to give a penalty, but it was just outside, and it'll be hard to take for Nottingham Forest, obviously. The last post says 100 subs. Guys, thanks so much. 100 subscribers. I think we had 68 at the start of this live, so I really, really appreciate it. So yeah, I mean, spread the word. If you know anyone else who might like it, get them to jump on, subscribe. Richard says another crap ref. Yeah, look, I presume you're a Forest fan there, Richard. Again, yeah, look. Now, look, I mean, I've seen a lot worse decisions given in games of football, and he did have a big decision to make. It was a very difficult one to make. But the one thing I would say, and I'm going to slightly side on Nottingham Forest here, is that if you are unsure, you can't give a penalty. It has to be a free kick. But obviously United are going to take it, so. But look, I mean, there's still just over 10 minutes to go here of normal time, so there's not one here yet. Hi says goal, and Harry says 2008 blue kit was a beauty. That was a beauty, Harry, in fairness. That's the kit where Ronaldo got that 70-yard free kick against Arsenal in the Champions League semi-final. That was a very nice kit. I think that was 2009. Because remember, we were in the Champions League final the year before. against Chelsea, and then the following year was the blue kit, I think. Now, maybe they had it for 2 years in a row. You could be right. But I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, absolute cracker of a kit. Right, we're on 37 likes, guys. If we're trying to get up to 50 likes by the end of the video, so if you haven't done so already, please do hit like. It helps the channel out a ton. It kind of pushes us out to more viewers when we're live, so I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe. We'll, for more Man United content, soccer content. Grace says, what are you watching it on? I'm actually watching it on MUTV, Grace. But if you go up through the chat, I'm after leaving a link for it to watch it online. So if you want to just scroll up, you'll see United Community Channel. It's about maybe 20 or 25 comments up there. There's a link. You should be able to click on it and watch along with us. But yeah, we also have guys. We have if anyone watching along has Instagram or TikTok, United Community Channel there as well. If you can't watch our full live watch-alongs on YouTube for whatever reason, TikTok especially, we I take the main points out of our watch-alongs, the goals, the funny reactions, things like that. We put them up on our TikTok page. So go over and give the United Community Channel a follow on TikTok as well, and Instagram we have there as well. So, but I do appreciate it, guys. Chief says 70 watching. Smash the like. It costs nothing. Yeah, cheers, man. I appreciate the help. But yeah, United are doing well here. Obviously, we just have to see out this game. But again, Nottingham Forest are not lying down here. And they're looking to attack at every opportunity, and they're coming forward here now on the right hand side. Cuts in on his left, cross to the back post, but United cleared the header pretty easily. United have now put have a chap up front, and let me see. I'm not 100% sure who he is because he has number 17 on his back. And it seems to be a good tactic. He's holding the ball up very well. Big strong chap. So when United are clearing their balls, obviously he's holding it up for him. So. Richard says, you're obviously a United fan, but I like what you're saying. It was offside. It was outside the box, same as on the radio. Yeah, no, it was, Richard. Look, I mean, I'll call it the way I see it, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, United fan and want United to win, but, we can just call it the way we see it. It was definitely outside the box. I can understand the dilemma the referee was in, but like we were saying, I mean, he took his time, which meant he was, if anything, he was a little bit unsure. And if you're unsure in a circumstance like that, at 1-1 with, 10 minutes to go, you have to give a free kick. You can't give a penalty if you're unsure. So it's tough on Nottingham Forest. They'll feel hard done by if they do end up losing this game. But yeah, as a United fan, look, happy to take it. United have a corner here now again. They've done well. That big chap. Can anyone tell me in the chat who the big number 17 is? I've been very impressed with him. But yeah, corner now to Manchester United. You take a short one, and then the ball is crossed in eventually, but is headed clear at the near post. United will win the throw here about halfway into Forest's half. And United are not going to be in any hurry here. But look, Nottingham Forest, like I said, if it does finish this way, will feel certainly will feel aggrieved. But they have had chances though as well. That's the thing. Nottingham Forest have had 2 or 3 very good chances, headers in the first half especially. That header that went wide, and then they had a header over the bar. Now look, again, not easy opportunities, but you'd be expecting you'd be expecting 2 free headers on the 6-yard box to be scoring at least one, But United making a substitution here. And let's see, I'm not sure who's coming on. Mather is coming off. Let's have a check here and we'll see. And it is Al Joffrey is coming on. So another substitution. Again, United playing the tactics here, running down the clock with substitutions. Just under 4 minutes to go. Norman Whiteside. Yeah. What do you think of... that left? I'm not sure. KXI, I'm not 100% sure what that is. If you want to elaborate there and let us know, I'll give you my opinion if I know what it is. But United defending well here. Obviously, obviously defending a 2-1 lead in the closing minutes of such a big game like this, you're automatically going to drop off, and Nottingham Forest are pressing up the field, and a shot of Nicky Butt and Ryan Giggs there in the stands. Obviously both have won it for Manchester United, but yeah, United are defending well. They're keeping their shape well, which is what I like to see. And I've just been watching them kind of on and off. The two centre backs. So obviously we have Bennett as the captain, and we have Jackson. What I like to see between them is that there's a lot of communication and there's a lot of hand gesturing. And I played centre back myself a few times, and it's, seeing hand gestures is always a good thing watching on telly, because it means they're trying to organise their defence and they're vocal, which is vital. So it's good to see. He's a striker for Forest under 18. Let me just have a quick... What I'll do is, because I want to just get his face up here so I'm talking about the right one. Yeah, he's been good tonight. So I'm sorry, KXI, I'm just taking a quick look at him. He has played well tonight, in fairness to him. He has. Was he the one? No, I don't think he missed that opportunity in the first half. To be honest, Nottingham Forest have had chances. They've had chances with set plays as well. More so, I think. To be honest, that player that you were mentioning there, he seems to be working off scraps tonight, from what I can see. You know what I mean? Obviously, I'm more in the watching the Manchester United side of things, but from what I can see from him, he tends to be working off scraps. But he looks the part without a doubt. And Richard says, Noah says Ajax won the Eredivisie. Yeah, they did. Noah mentioned it there a few moments ago. It's great because it means now that Ten Hag can start concentrating and putting his full attention on Manchester United and rebuilding the squad and the club, hopefully. Like we said previously, I'm sure he's had a list of players already given to Manchester United, that they're working on in the background anyway. But it's great, the fact that he can wrap up the Dutch league and start concentrating now on United. Richard is shouting for Forest. No, there's nothing over yet, in fairness. I mean, what do we still have? We're just coming up to 90 minutes here now, but it'll be interesting to see how much added time is on. Substitution, I think, coming here now as well. It hasn't been made yet, but yeah, United are obviously looking to... Wait now. Did I hear that right? Alright, okay, I did hear it right. So there's 8 minutes of added time, Richard, you'd be happy to hear. 8 minutes. Wow. Where did 8 minutes come out of? 8 minutes. 8 minutes. We have literally gone the complete opposite of Fergie time. and we've gone into fucking hell time. 8 minutes. Wow. Well, look, I mean, nothing over here yet. I mean, Forrest will be happy to hear that. What have we got? Harry, who's impressed today? Could do a class of 92 2.0 coming through. I've been very impressed with the goalkeeper, Harry, first of all. Obviously, he was at fault for the goal for Forest, and he was very unlucky. He was. Now, look, there's no excuse for giving away. We were saying it previously in the chat. There's no excuse for the soft goal, but I've been very impressed with him. He's come out brave 2 or 3 times. He got a kick in the face early on, and he didn't deter him. He's been coming out clearing his lines, catching balls. His distribution with his hands has been good, and he looks comfortable with the ball at his feet. So his name is Vitek. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but very impressed with him. I've been very impressed with Bennett in the centre of defence. He's the captain as well. Obviously he got Man United's first goal, but he's every single ball that's been put into the box, he's winning with his head, and he seems to be organising his defence very well. They've kept their shape quite well. Here's Garnacho coming forward now. Has a man out wide if he lays it off. Oh, it takes a strike and just over the bar. Yeah, I've been impressed with Bennett. Obviously, I've been impressed with Garnacho. I don't think I even by looking at him, I would say he's had better games in his life. But yeah, they would be the standout players for me without a doubt. Ricey is in. Well, Jack, just tuning in now. Was away. No problem, Ricey. Thanks for jumping in, bud. Right, lads, we have 45 likes, which is great. Can we get 5 more before the end? So if you haven't hit a like on the video, please do. And yeah, if you're happy to see more, do hit subscribe. I appreciate it. And he says 8 minutes. What the W2AF? Odds on extra time and pens so the Glazer can fleece the club for streaming time. Well, look, the one good thing I'll say about it here is that it's good to see that there was, I think the tickets to the game tonight were only £1, and all of the money was raised was going to charity. So, if anything, there was one positive, and that was the fact that the Glazers weren't getting any money out of this game. So, but yeah, it's unbelievable, guys. Throughout the whole stream, we've had over 6,000 views. So I really appreciate it. It's by far the most we've had. So delighted that you're all in. And here's Garnacho now. A mistake here by Nottingham Forest. Garnacho is going to be in down there. Get your head up. You have a man. Oh, lovely turn back. Oh, and he gets it. And it's 3-1. And he gets the second in front of the Stretford end. Go on, United. Now, he got lucky. There was a huge deflection. An absolutely huge deflection. And again, Nottingham Forest are unlucky. But Manchester United, they're going to win their first Youth Cup. And Alex Ferguson stands and applauds. They're going to win their first Youth Cup since 2011 in front of the Stretford end. And, it's what dreams are made of for these young players. And hopefully, in the future, this can live in their minds, and this can say, right, well, do you know what? I want more of this. I want to be scoring goals in front of the Stretford end every week. I want to be defending in front of the Stretford end every week. Terrible mistake by Nottingham Forest, right full, swipes at the ball. Garnacho gets down the line, cuts in, and then cuts back and takes a shot. He's going for the far corner. But the first Nottingham Forest defender there looks to get the block in, and it just comes off his his hip or his side. Keeper's already gone, goes into the near post, and Manchester United are going to win here. But anyway, let's see what's happening in the chat. Update the score. Thank you, Dargo. We're going to update that to home score. Bit of argy bargy going on here now. Bit of handbags. I mean, there's no point in it now, really, is there? I mean, the game is pretty much done and dusted. There's no point in anyone getting sent off. 3-1. Keane 7 says, nice one. David Rice, what players were on the 2011 winning team still playing now? So Lingard and Pogba are the two main ones, Ricey. You had like the likes of Ravel Morrison and that were there as well. I think, was Dean Henderson there? Maybe he was a bit too young. No, I don't think he was actually, sorry. But yeah, Pogba and Lingard are the two main ones. Andy says, awesome for the lads, crazy for them really, 60 plus thousand watching an under 18 game. It's fantastic, Andy, but it goes to show how low the first team have dropped when this is the highlight of Manchester United's season. Don't get me wrong, I'm absolutely delighted for these young lads, and it will serve them well, a lot of them going forward, and hopefully they can make the step up to the first team eventually. But yeah, it's I mean, for any 17 or 18 year old to be winning the FA Youth Cup at Old Trafford in front of 63,000, it doesn't get any better than that. Harry says, pretty sure it was Lingard, Pogba, etc. Yeah, you're right, Harry. Ravel Morrison too. Yeah, you're correct there. And Richard says it's nice to know the ticket money is going to charity. Yeah. I only read it a few days ago. I'm not sure what charity it was, Richard, but yeah, it's good to see that it's going to charity, and it should be done more, to be honest. I mean, it's the least the likes of Manchester United could do in terms of hosting like this, So, Aaron says Sam Johnson and Michael Keane. That's right, actually. Yeah, you're right there as well. But yeah, you look at there, even the four we've named: Lingard, Pogba, Sam Johnson, and Michael Keane. If we could get 4 players out of this under 18 squad, with 1, 2, or 3 of them going on to play for the first team in the next 2 or 3 years, I think we have the right manager coming in who likes to work with young players and develop them. I mean, the future is bright for these players. Obviously, you'd be hoping that they work hard and keep their heads down and not let too much go to their heads. But they're certainly in. I know United are in the lowest of the low at the moment, but I think the future is bright. Hopefully, and hopefully we've turned the corner. And if we have, these players are going to be the the future of the club. And there's the final whistle, and it's all over. 3-1 to Manchester United, and the class of 22 takes their place in Manchester United folklore history. And it's fantastic. It's great to see. 60, and I think the commentators correct me there. It's actually 67,000 fans have turned out tonight, and it's absolutely fantastic. And it was a tough night for him. Let's not get away from the fact that it was a very, very tough night. Nottingham Forest, they did deserve more out of this. They really did. They were unlucky with the penalty. Obviously, it was outside the box. Should have never been a penalty. And they were unlucky with the second goal, taking such a big deflection. But again, you could say that they were lucky with their goal as well. The Manchester United goalkeeper made a horrible mistake. But no, it's happy days for Manchester United. It's great to see a bit of positivity around the club, for the end of the season. Obviously, it's been such a tough season with excuse me. It's been such a tough season around the club in general, in terms of performances on the pitch and players, and but let's just hope that this little bit of positivity is the start now of maybe a corner being turned, and the club setting off on the long journey ahead, to getting back to where they need to be and where they want to be. So it's a fantastic achievement, and really, really happy for them players, and hopefully this won't be the defining moment of their career. Hopefully this will be the spark that will say, I just played in front of 67,000 people in Old Trafford. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to work my arse off because I want to be doing this week in, week out for Manchester United. So let's just hope that that's the case. Let me just have a quick check here, and we'll check the chat then. Let me just a sec now. I'm just taking. Yeah, so let's have a look at the chat here and see what we're with. Nottingham Forest supporters says, bedtime for this old red dog, mate. Back to the grindstone tomorrow. Great watch tonight from the Isle of Wight. Yeah, great to have you in. And I don't know your first name, but Nottingham Forest supporter. But yeah, thanks for dropping in. We really appreciate it. David Rice says, are you on TikTok, Jack? I am, David. It's United Community Channel. I was mentioning it previously there for anyone that's still on. What I do is if for whatever reason you can't get on to watch the full watch along with us, I take the best bits out of it, I cut them up and I put them up as TikTok. So it's a good way to, I suppose, digest the content without having to watch a full 2.5 hour long video like this. So go over and give us a follow on that United Community Channel. We're also on Instagram and Twitter, where I'll be on Twitter. I'm going to be putting up a lot of the transfer news as it breaks throughout the summer. Look, we're on 47 likes. If there's anyone left in the group that are in the chat there that hasn't hit like, can you do so? We're trying to get to 50 before the end of the stream, so I'd appreciate it. We're only 3 more to go. But yeah, it's been great. Keane says, when are United playing next? Keane, United's next game is not this Saturday, it's the Saturday after. So I think we have about 10 days before we play again. Let me just have a quick check. Man U fixtures. I'm pretty sure it's Saturday next. It's the Sunday. So Sunday the 22nd of May, we're playing at 4 o'clock. I'm going to be doing a watch along for that as well because it's the last game of the season. So make sure you hit subscribe. You'll be able to watch along with us as well. Vanatis says, come on United. Yeah, happy days, great result. Andy says, great vid, I've subbed, happy days, it's all about youth at United. Come on you Reds, come on you Reds. Yeah, totally agree, Andy. These are hopefully the future of the club. And hopefully, like I said, a night like tonight in front of 67,000 will spur these players on to want bigger and better things for their careers and for their hopefully Manchester United careers. RFLXHD, we won, let's go. Yep, we won. Guys, we're 49 likes. We need one more before the end of the stream. I'm finishing up now in one moment. So if anyone in the that's watching along hasn't hit like already, please do so. Go over and hit subscribe as well. Like I said, we're going to be doing, I'm actually, now that everybody is here, let me just check the time for the FA Cup. It's this weekend, so let's just see. I think it's this weekend. Is it this weekend? Maybe it's not this weekend. Is the FA Cup this weekend or is it the weekend after? Maybe it's the weekend after. Let me see. Anybody know when the FA Cup final is on? That's left in the chat. Let us know. I was pretty sure it was this weekend. It is this weekend. Sorry, it's Saturday at 4:45. Sorry, I just couldn't find it there for a minute. So Saturday 4:45 is the. Let me just see now. So we usually go 15 minutes before, but obviously it's the FA Cup final, so we want a big build up. 4:45. So we'll more than likely be going live for the watch along for the FA Cup final at 4 o'clock on Saturday. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Make sure you get over to that on Saturday. If you do subscribe, hit the bell notification. It means you'll get notified every time we go live. There'll be more transfer videos coming up. There's a certain somebody in the chat that I'm trying to get on my my potential new transfer talk show. But look, that's a bit down the line. I won't give too much away as of yet. But look, great. Look, we've got to 50 likes. We've actually got to 51 likes. Guys, I really appreciate it. From the start of this stream, I had 68 subscribers on YouTube, and I'm now at 113. So, we've nearly doubled it. So I appreciate it so much, guys. Thanks for everyone. We've had nearly 7,000 views on the video so far. And like Eugene said, well done to the youngsters for Manchester United. Really happy, delighted for them. But yeah, look, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm going to end the stream now. Like I said, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, and again, also we're on TikTok. So make sure you check out United Community Channel on all of them. You can follow us for the latest news and the latest clips. And smash a like on the video, hit subscribe. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. It's been a brilliant stream. I've really enjoyed the chat as well. Some great comments in there. But look, we'll leave it there, and like I said, we'll be on at 4 o'clock on Saturday for the FA Cup watch-along, so make sure you tune in for that. I'm going to have a transfer show video in the meantime, maybe Friday, tomorrow or Friday, so keep an eye out for that as well. But yeah, look, I appreciate everyone who's in the chat, guys, and thanks for everyone, and we'll see you on the weekend. Take care.